Content warning, this is a horror game and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website if you need a full list of content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects. If this poses a health risk to you, you can turn off animations in the preferences. You know what? I am going to do that. Black Tabby Games. Look at it. Welcome everybody. This is Slay the Princess. This is actually just the demo. The full game is due to release, I think, on the 20th of October, but I figured might as well get like a head start on the spooky season games. I really do actually like horror games a lot. It's just hard for me to... Okay, hold on, this is really loud. Hold on, let me fix this really quick. There we go. Maybe like 10. That looks good. Alright, so I actually really love horror games, horror movies, horror genre, but certain things I can't really do or watch, like for example, if it's like a movie, like excessive gore, can't really watch that or stomach it sometimes, depending on what it is. It's not that it's horror for me, it's just gross. Whoa, what's happening? What's happening? Did I take too long? I'm scared! Okay. So, I do love horror games. Usually I have to play with someone, but I have seen someone play the demo here, so I will say just off the gate that, yeah, I've definitely seen someone play this demo, so it's not, you know, 100% brand new reaction, but I've never played it myself, and I don't know about you, but there is a difference between watching someone play something and then you playing it yourself, especially when you've got the headset on and all the sounds and everything. Very excited about this. Let's play Slay the Princess. Let's do it. I'm very excited. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Also, if you hear me drinking
You're
things,
on a path,
it's because I'm drinking coffee.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh. Very nice. Give me just a second, everyone. I think I heard something outside my door. Just give me just a second. I'm gonna... Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Door was unlocked, but no one came in. It must have been the neighbors. And there is someone outside working on stuff, so apologies for that as well. But yeah, oh, fun. Alright.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, okay. Here, slay a princess, not save a princess. Explore, the end of the world? What are you talking about? Explore, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Not necessarily, not all princesses are good. Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Silently continue to the cabin. Turn around and leave. Okay, so there is a lot of options here. This is a multiple ending or multiple beginning style game, but let's explore here.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Alright. But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? That's a good one. Have you considered that maybe... And we've already seen this, seen that, seen all of that. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, maybe she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. I'm sold. And then the rest is all stuff we already know. Let's stick with... do you have an evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin.
That doesn't mean anything.
Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important
Could have been just taking a walk in the woods, dude.
We've made it this far. You might as well reach the end of your journey.
Maybe I was just walking in the woods? That is not evidence. You're just making assumptions. Okay, none of that didn't answer my question. Alright, yeah, how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here.
Yeah, that sounds really shady.
And do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Who's we? And how I'm just here in the woods. This doesn't mean anything for me. Alright, I think this is all the same. So I'm just going to keep exploring these options. Seems like it's just going to bring me back to this menu until I've exhausted all my options here. So have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Are we?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she is dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Sure.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay. Right.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. There is no changing that.
I'd really like to know what's going on.
No use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Sure. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
Okay.
Seamstresses contribute something of value.
Wow. Wow. So we know what the narrator is feeling. That was it. Okay. Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Okay. Something I've noticed here. So, look at the little cursor. Usually, you know, cursors are either a little arrow or it's like a little hand. This hand has a big old claw. Let's ignore that. This hand has a big old claw. Yeah. Give me just a second, actually. I'm gonna see if I can. There you go. Hey, sorry about that, so you don't have to see all this nonsense. Ooh, now we're immersed.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Okay, so he doesn't make the rules. I kind of want to take that at face value, and he's just kind of telling me what to do, because he is the narrator, I guess. So he's like, you know, telling the story, but he's not making the story. So who does make the rules? But yeah, this little cursor's got a little claw on it. I think we're not human, maybe. Alright, so... Okay. Forget it, I'm not doing this, or have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Surely. Yeah, I wouldn't want the world to end.
Are you serious?
Okay. Alright, so we've used all of the things. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut him off, but... You have to do it, he says. Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Okay, because he's a narrator, he doesn't make the rules. This is something I guess I have to do. Alright. We can either say, look, I'll go to the cabin and talk to her. If she's as bad as she's saying, maybe I'll slay her. I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face. Fine, I'll go to the cabin. I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Thanks for telling me what to do. Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and leave. We couldn't do the Viva la Revolucion or something like that, so... But let's do this one.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens, but a word of warning. If you go in prepared prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
Okay.
The more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
You're speaking in a lot of, like, insect metaphors here and arachnid metaphors.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Alright.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay. Let's go to the cabin!
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I love how everything wiggles. Just a wee bit. Makes it look more alive.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Who is this voice of the hero? That is not the narrator.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Now I have two voices in my head. I think I'm just crazy. Alright, I have no options other than proceed into the cabin. The hero does not want to slay her.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
There's the blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. Alright, so we either take the blade or we just enter the basement without the blade. Alright, I'm gonna play this first playthrough because I do know that this is a multiple ending type of game. I just don't know what thing leads to what. Because I do love this game a lot, but yeah, I don't know all that much. I'm gonna do my first playthrough of what I would do if I were put in this situation. If I found myself literally in the middle of the woods and two voices in my head are talking about slaying a princess. I'd probably enter the basement actually without the blade. Or would I bring it? You know what? No, I think I would bring it actually. I'd probably bring it, I'd put it like in my belt. I wouldn't like have it drawn. I would just like have it in my belt just in case, because you know, you're on this road and you have no idea what's going on. Like, is this princess evil? Like, where, you know, what's going on? It's the end of the world. You want to be prepared, right? So I would take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'll be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
No more music. The music changed immediately. Ooh, look, my little cursor has a blade! Hee hee hee, ha ha ha. Oh, I can't put it, alright.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Or freeing her. You said so yourself, this is an oppressive place. Ooh. Ooh, shoot. Oh, there's saves. Fudge. I should have saved it. I'm a goof. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna kind of start this over. I'm gonna quit. Alright, you'll understand why I'm doing these saves like crazy, because you'll understand. I just don't want to give anything away. Okay. Cool.
The blade.
Yeah. Take the blade. Yeah. Into the basement. Again, the beautiful piano music stopped.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Can we, like, name it something else? I guess not.
Her voice carries up.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay. So our hero voice is a little on edge. Hi! Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs. I'll just say, hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Just one, though. The other one.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
That's called pretty privilege, sir. Pretty people don't necessarily equal good people, okay? Okay.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Bruh, you have a knife in your hand. I'm not stupid. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No, no. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steel your nerves and step forward. I haven't decided yet. I'll be
How about
honest.
you drop the knife, and the two of us just talk.
We could stay back here and we could just talk.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Okay, so that's what the hero wants.
Don't you dare.
Alright.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, I mean. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I probably would drop it just to, like, as a show of good faith, you know?
Blade tumbles
And the
out,
narrator hates me.
and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Foolish narrator.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Against your better judgment, you
She
step
pretty.
forward to speak with the princess.
Though her eyes are big and
face,
googly.
unarmed.
Yeah, but she's unarmed too, so, you
We'll
know.
be
so-
fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning.
You said I could talk to her, bruh.
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I won't. Calm down.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Agreed. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship. Are you coming on to me? No, come on, man. Like, relationship doesn't mean romantic. It just, like, a brother-sister thing can be a relationship. Or co-workers, that's a relationship. Like, calm down. Calm down. How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're going to end the world. There's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. So here we are with an awkward start to your relationship. I'm like, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
That should be the first thing we talk about.
You can address me as your Royal Highness. Or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Yes, your eminence.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
She can't trust me either, though. Like, I just came down here with a knife, so yeah, she probably doesn't want to give away her fucking name. Okay. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Said the police officer. Do you know why I pulled you over? I'm here because there's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not? If she's a threat to the world, she already knows it.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Okay, your face and your voice aren't matching here. Like, your voice sounds like you are kind of, yeah, like an evil villain. But your face looks kind of actually contemplative and like, I don't, you know, you feel like you actually don't know why they throw you down here.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Okay.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall?
It's a good question.
Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, they've been oddly vague about this. As you've also been oddly vague. Y'all are all very vague. I don't like that face. That's a creepy face. Deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. Remain silent. And I don't like any of these options. I would probably say I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Again, not an answer. But I guess, an answer if she were being truthful, but I don't trust her or the narrator.
I believe her.
Okay, hero. I think you're just a simp.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That is also fair.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Agreed. Yes.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Correct.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
I agree.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Yeah, well.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
I just want the truth, lady.
But you don't really know me, do you?
I don't.
What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
You know, I appreciate the honesty there. You know?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Wow, narrator, you just want to kill her. But she's at least being honest here, saying, like, no matter what I say, like, you don't know me for sure. You don't know if what I say is what's really going to happen, you know?
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Yeah, blind trust. That's an issue for
So do
me.
you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
So I don't like how you said any of that. Those are all red flags to me. I don't...
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
It is about risk. It is also about trust, because it's not really about trust about the princess. It's about trust that the narrator is being truthful here. Such a difficult thing to do. Okay. A relationship. Are you coming on to me? Ugh, no. Let it go, dude. That was forever ago. How would I get you out of here? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
It's not an answer. How would I get you out of here?
Can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
No. But I have to make a choice, so.
You know why you're here.
I only know what you've told me. I actually don't know why. Why do I have a claw for a hand? What is this? Slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I think that's kind of... I don't know. I wouldn't have gone to the cabin. I don't trust her or the narrator. Like, at all. Can I save? I'm gonna save. Hell yes! Okay, return. I am gonna get this world-ending monster out of here. Maybe she will keep me alive.
Oh, you have to be kidding.
Look at that face! I can't say no to that face. She's got puppy dog eyes, dude.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
You seem really angry that I'm doing this,
They're
narrator.
large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I feel like you're saying this now, narrator, because now whatever you say becomes the truth? Or do you just narrate the
If you
truth?
don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Alright, yeah. That was smart.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
So that's the thing, the narrator knows some shit. Like, she's way down here to never see the light of day. Like, the narrator obviously knows some things, right? But they're not telling us for some reason. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? I'm gonna go check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find you something to break free. Yeah, so let's save here. Okay. That's a lot of save spots. I'm gonna go check upstairs.
I'll be here.
Yeah, I mean...
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Wow, what a dick.
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here. Explore, try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I feel like the narrator is kind of in the story, and he's not just the narrator. Turn to the bottom of the stairs. I don't think this is gonna help, but...
Your shouts and plead. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here.
Yeah.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Sure.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
You could just do it, narrator.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, and you know, that makes me inclined to actually set you free because fuck those guys, right?
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Okay.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay. Save the prince. I'm gonna save the princess, my dude, because you know what? Y'all locked me in here. And that's just rude.
Against your better judgment,
I thought you meant cut.
place
I thought you
the
meant
blade
cut the
against princess's
chains.
arm, just a
Ah!
unyielding chain.
I might have to I might have to blur that, but I have to say, look at our hands. We are some sort of, I think, bird creature. The talons. This looks like bird feet, like chicken feet and stuff, and then we've got some feathers.
You cut into her flesh.
And she's unblinking. She's got huge eyes, dude.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Also very
She
gross.
doesn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, I don't think she's just a regular princess, my dude. Oh, and
Free
your
from her bindings,
your blood
the
has-
princess turns to face you.
Sorry.
Her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
your blade has blood on it now. See? Oh.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I would tourniquet that, hun. I mean, maybe you're magical and, you know, don't need to, but I would tourniquet that. You might be losing a lot of
Thank
blood.
you. Now let's get out of here.
Agreed. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Alright, narrator. So it seems like you do have some sort of power here.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No, I don't want to do this.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, if you could do this whole time, why not just do it?
Watch me.
Ooh. No. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Before we continue, notice how her text turned red. It was pink before. And then it turned red.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
We would have gone out alive, dum-dum. Let's resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No, we're resisting.
You're
I don't-
doing your best to help me, aren't you?
I am.
I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yep, red text. Yeah, I don't like someone that could just take over my body. Like, that's not cool.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from
No more
your
blood.
rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Not butchered, honey. It was a clean slice. Surgical ease, you said.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Die.
I hope it was worth it.
Well, I don't know, dude. I mean, I didn't get to see the end here. I don't know if she actually destroyed the world. All she did was kill me because you took over my body. If you hadn't done that, maybe we'd still be here. Chapter 2. The Prisoner.
You're on
I
a
forgot to
path
say.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright, so I've seen some Let's Players like go back and then replay Chapter 1 in the same way. I'm gonna just keep playing through this, because we're at Chapter 2 now. And then we'll go back to the beginning and kind of sort of, not start over, but like do different routes, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
We already know what you're gonna say. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Alright, so let's save. I'm gonna save this in... We're in page 1. I'm gonna save this on page 2. Because we're in chapter 2. So I'm gonna try and keep them together. Whoops, I didn't cute. Oh, quick saves and auto saves. Oh, it did auto save. Well, that's right. We're on 2 now. Hasn't this happened? But I died. What am I doing here? Sense of deja vu. I'm gonna say I died. What am I doing here? And this was just, you're pissed off. I'm wise to your tricks. Yeah,
I assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Voice of the skeptic. So our hero turned into a skeptic.
I'm inclined to agree.
Oh,
If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
now we got 3 voices in our head.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth. And all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Yeah.
Those are 2 very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I think this is a different version of him, but it is still a narrator. Maybe we entered into another, like, universe, but parallel. And then he's just like, you didn't listen to me. So either he knows, and he's just playing fucking dumb, or he knows that this can happen,
The absolute irony.
but doesn't necessarily hadn't necessarily
to put it, I guess.
sorry, but it hasn't actually like met you yet. But he knows that if like if the hero doesn't listen to you, that it can reset or something like that.
You really
I'm guessing.
don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the 3 of you are crafting.
Just because you say it's not something that you would do doesn't mean it's not something that happened, my dude.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Sure. Oh, yeah, so if I say something mean to you, you just get to kill me. Using the princess that you also want to slay. Yeah, narrator, I don't like you. Yeah, I'm a skeptic too, you know what?
I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
My actions last time around caused a reset. So... yeah, another theory of mine. It caused a reset, right? to the point where, like, everyone in the storybook, because everything's black and white and hand drawn, right? So everything in the storybook is going like you're rereading the book, right? But you, the hero, who was inserted in, and all of your voices, which are all your voices, I guess, as all part of you, you know, they're not part of the story proper, so they're going to remember versus the story, which just gets reset.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario...
It's not hypothetical,
that
my
begs the
dude.
question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I don't know. Or is the world malleable and can be changed?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I wouldn't know because you made her kill me.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after?
Maybe they did.
Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Maybe that happened too. I don't know. You killed me, so how can I tell?
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Right.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Wow, okay. Let's talk about
Just be
this
quick about
princess. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time is because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the...
Alright, if people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special.
Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
That tells me that you're trying to make this into a black and white situation, and that tells me there's a lot of gray area.
You
Sir.
sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something,
Because you
but
are.
you're just going to have to trust me here.
I don't. Alright, yeah, this one.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
What proof could you possibly ask for?
Possibly.
Literally anything.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Fine. Check your pockets.
Yeah, sure.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Okay.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
It's in your handwriting, eh? Why didn't you make me pull out the pockets to begin with? Why now? I feel like you just placed this quote-unquote evidence.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
Right.
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason.
I don't even know what the
I'm on
rules
your
are.
side.
You're not even telling me what the rules are, so how could...
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Right, because you got us killed last time.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Great. Now,
Save. Alright, let's go to the cabin.
A warning. Before you, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Yeah, how else is he supposed to wink at me?
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I like the skeptic. He's funny. Oh, wink. Did you just say wink out loud? Yeah, how else?
The interior
Ooh,
of the
it's different.
cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat,
Like it was
but more
before.
like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempted to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
It was not like this before, everyone. Remember? It was nice and cozy and cabiny. It's also cabiny on the outside. There is a mirror and a knife.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor.
Indeed.
A pristine blade perched on its edge.
Looks exactly the same.
The blade is your implement.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than last time. That's what I said, so that's what I'm gonna say.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Bro. Shut up. This makes me not trust you, like, at all. I just think it's different.
Focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
It's not minor, dude. The entire cabin changed.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
He sounds legitimate here. He sounds like he's telling the truth. Like he truly cannot see this mirror. But it's there. Hello.
I think you know what we have to do.
I think I do know what we have to do, Skeptic. Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. It doesn't matter. Remain silent. I'm just going to approach the mirror. I'm not going to say anything.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Who am I? I don't
I
know.
hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
No, I look contemplative and cool, alright?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Okay. Should we take the blade or should we just enter the basement? This is a safe spot. I could have saved before the mirror thing, but I think I'll always want to touch the mirror. Maybe I should do one where I don't touch the mirror. We'll see. We'll see. So many different alternatives. Let's just enter the basement. We've already taken the blade. We've spoken to the princess. We resisted trying to kill her, and obviously the narrator can take over our body. Big issue there. So I'm just going to enter without it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on
Slimy
stone
moss.
steps.
I love moss on stone, dude.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I don't know, this one looks
Her voice,
cooler.
harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Different adjectives, love it.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Alright.
You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. Does she remember us?
Yeah, does she remember us?
You walk
Whoa.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here.
Uh-huh. So either, yeah, thank you, hero, for notating that. You can cut her out with her hands, but not her neck. It would require you to kill her. So it changed based on your decisions of the last chapter.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Shut up, narrator.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Yeah.
Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah, good point. That was there at the last chapter as well. Is that something of note?
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? I'm sure the two of us have quite a bit to talk about.
I think she knows us. The prisoner. And look, her like crown is made of chains. To be continued. Finish the demo with the prisoner. Okay. Yee! How cool! Ooh, Scarlet Hollow. Here we go. We're gonna load the game. Let's go to page 2. We're gonna load the game where we were, and we're gonna take the blade. Okay. See if anything changes. I'm sorry, you were just on now. So
Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope
Wow.
alone.
Ooh, alpha testers.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Okay.
revealing an old
Same
silver
thing.
voice,
Go back.
harsh
Here
but
we go. Same
controlled.
thing.
Is that a visitor I hear?
Same
Does she
thing.
remember us?
Yep.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. So much for cutting. Do you hear yourself? Have you noticed the empty chain? That was there last. It was.
What an interesting...
Okay, so literally the same thing. Cold eyes. She's like, I'm done with your shit. Okay, so literally the same thing. It didn't. Alright, we're in chapter 2 with the skeptic. And we're not going to proceed to the cabin. Fuck it, we're going to turn around and leave.
I'm not so sure running away is the best idea. We're not the only person stuck here. What about her? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Ugh. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. Guess we'll see. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. It's like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Quietly continue down the path. Do you even know where you're going? Yeah.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yep.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
I don't like it.
Convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I'm going in the cabin. Sheesh. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't
Yes.
you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die if that's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this. Yeah.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail.
They are, because
That's the
you
point.
didn't
If you had
give
an
me any
ounce of
evidence.
maturity, you'd understand that.
No, you're just not giving me any answers. I don't trust
Fine.
you.
You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Universe is capitalized. I wonder if that's what's changing everything here.
Is he the one pulling the strings here? Or is this the work of something else entirely?
I think it's the work of quote-unquote the universe. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this
There's
place.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Just so you know, narrator, I haven't seen a single living creature. Except for myself and the princess. You're just a...
And here we go.
Oh,
As you
that's
trudge
creepy.
into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's
little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
I don't like the change of the music.
But
Ah.
as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
He said it matter-of-factly, like, yeah, this is definitely gonna happen. He was like, here we go. Like, he's done this before with a different hero.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
Hate it.
And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Well, which one do I go in?
Infinite fractal of paths and cabins, desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
No. I'm not shirking any responsibility. I'm not responsible for this all happening. You just shoved me in here and told me to do it.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Okay, that's you just talking, though. To be continued. The achievement was Nope. Starting chapter 2 and getting the heck out of Dodge. Yeah... See, did it end, though? You know? Okay, load game. We're going to start chapter 2 with the skeptic. Angry. So this is actually not with the skeptic. This is before the skeptic. Because I think your choice here depends on who you get. So, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
Tricks?
Your tricks.
What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time.
Okay, so it's still the skeptic.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of it, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
So I think it's always going to be the skeptic in this chapter because of the choices I made in the first chapter. So I will go back to the first chapter and make other choices. But for now...
I'm inclined to agree.
You know I can, and as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Okay. I think it's all the same from here, but I'll go ahead and do it.
A warning. She will...
Yeah.
Did you just...
No, I didn't.
Just ignore...
Yeah, so we wink, go in.
The only furniture of note isn't the blue.
Alright, so we could just go to the mirror without telling him about the mirror. Let's try that.
Walk up to the wall next...
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward...
Nothing.
Was a mirror, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Then we could just enter the
Door to
basement.
the
I think it's the
cupboard.
same.
Sort of-
You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Does she remember us?
Yeah.
You watch. Why have you noticed the?
Bong! So loud. Bonk bonk. It's a good thing I turned this down. That would have really hurt my ears. Okay. So I think we've finished the entire skeptic's route. Oh, sorry. Continue. Me. Cap Schmolders. Okay. So load game. We're gonna go to 1. Should we start from the beginning? Let's see. Okay. Cool. We're back in chapter 1. I'm kind of doing this in order. I should be doing this in order, so hopefully it's easy to follow. But we're back in chapter 1 before doing the skeptic route. So last time I chose I'm going to go check upstairs. This time I'm going to choose, and if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
matter of fact.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
She does
we
not
were
care.
stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Makes sense. Also, notice her crown is like white and sparkly, or seems to have jewels on it instead of chains.
You attempt to make your... Is someone else here?
Okay, I think it's gonna be the same thing, so we're going to... Yeah. History. Load. So that doesn't seem to be... We're going back even more. Yep, that's fine. Slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. Or I'm going to keep you locked away down here at least for a little bit. Ooh, let's do that one.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't...
One way or another, I'm
Red.
going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice.
Slay the princess, okay. I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. Do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
I don't like that the music is a little louder than the voices. I might have to change that. Yeah, so this brings up something interesting. It's like the princess is waiting for you to save her and make the choice to kill her or save her because she could get out whenever she wanted to.
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already given it to not slaying her. Hold on, we're gonna do a save. We're in page 1. Yep, we're here. Let's stick to the
Be
plan.
the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way.
I will have it my way.
Close
Ooh.
the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden table that one... Okay. Would you settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door? It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids
Why are you
heavy
staying
with
here?
fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still
Oh,
there.
creepy.
Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
That's terrifying.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
How could you?
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forget it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
For me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Ignoring her and go to sleep. Go ahead and save. I'm gonna put this on 3. Okay, return.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for
Oh,
helping
creepy.
me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
Yeah, except you're able to change them. You've done that before. You've taken over my body to kill her. So I'm confused here. It feels like you're only taking over my body to kill her, and if I don't kill her, like, she turns into something horrendous, and it shows me how bad she is so that you make me kill her in the next round, you know? Like, it all points towards killing her.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Terrifying.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Oh, that's
Or
weird.
maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Okay, so different chapter 2. I might run to the preferences
You're on a
really
path
quick
in the woods.
and turn off the animated backgrounds. Because then... hold on, here we go. Oh, thank God. You hear that? Turn it down just a bit. I don't mind the music. There we go. I'm gonna turn off the animated backgrounds because that was a little bit much for me. I don't have any sort of like flashing sensitivity, but that was a lot. Alright, so there's like a... Okay, everything's not... this is moving still.
You're here to slay.
Okay. Getting a sense of days out of your way as that. Okay, no, but I die. What's going on here? She's gonna kill me again. That's new.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Well, that is very kind of you, except you literally are saying she's going to kill the entire world. Not just end it, or stop it from being, but kill. You said die last time, so... How could she not kill me? Also, she killed me.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh! What if he hears us?
Okay, now we're paranoid. Okay.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit! I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me.
Yeah.
Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Narrator seems a little bit nicer this round. Maybe... I don't know. Let's assume I'm telling the truth. Well... Yeah, I guess we can do this again and just skip the parts that we know and, like, let's see what Paranoid says.
Those are two very... Let's say you died we couldn't trust either of you. And as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply do you think the people there lived happily ever after? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Alright, let's talk
Speak
about the
quick.
princess. Yeah. Alright, just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? And to quote you from last time, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
This makes me think the narrator's not told everything also. You know?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Yeah.
I've told you, if you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
I wonder if giving us more information actually makes things worse by giving us information because he's the narrator and he quote-unquote speaks what's happening. If he gives us more information, it ends up making it more difficult for us to kill her. Like, he tells us about all of her powers and she all of a sudden has those powers, you know what I mean? But somewhere in there, she can definitely get her own powers back, I guess. I guess certain things trigger that. And then the hero this time around wants to kill her. He's not trying to save her anymore.
He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him.
I don't know about that.
Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cat. No, you should do anything but that. We know what's waiting for us in that basement. Great. Now, if you don't...
I will proceed to the cabin because I think if we turn around and leave, it's just going to be the same thing. I will save really quick and just test that. And then if it is, I'll just proceed to the cabin. You won't have to rewatch it.
I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and...
Okay, fine. You're being persistent. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path. That's strange.
Yeah.
You're really...
I'm gonna say something mean.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. And last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is not fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look? He's being so infuriatingly obvious. Keep moving. Don't go in there.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing though. You know what I mean?
There's always a choice. Let me tell you. And here at first,
Yeah.
it's... But every...
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn. You've doomed us all. You know that. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly.
Everyone dies. Okay. Okay, load game. Go back here. Proceed to the cabin.
Warning. She
Warning,
will
watch.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Okay, proceed. Whoa.
Interior of
Oh,
the
it's already
cabin is
open.
plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table,
Creepy.
propped on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
So inviting. It doesn't look inviting to me.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
It's just an empty frame.
She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
Like these? These eyes right here?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Mirror. The whole cabin is different than I remember it being. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. Okay, we are going to save a return. Yeah.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Huh? What? Yeah, why would you lie?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead
Preening?
of doing what needs to be done.
We are a bird person, I think. I'm just gonna take the blade.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Wow.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
I mean, right? Just throw it down there.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task.
Huh.
You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Sure.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Yeah.
Very different. He changed it, didn't he?
I don't think he
It's
did.
like he's trying to make us doubt our reality. Calm down.
Our reality did
Maybe
change,
the
though.
three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Oh, yes, we have, sir.
So focus up.
Alright, we'll enter the basement.
You
Ooh.
cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
That's creepy.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
Yeah.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood.
Why are we going here,
If the
then?
princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
I don't think she lives here, bro.
Her cruel and playful voice
Ooh.
prances up the stairs.
Ooh, cruel and playful prances, he says.
I didn't think you'd come back.
I hate it.
We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
So she also... Okay, so this is the second time, skeptic and paranoid, she recognizes you.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
How hard is it to throw a knife? I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan, I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs. Continue down the stairs in silence. There's a lot of things we can do. Let's save this. Return. How hard is it to throw a
Can't be
knife?
that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough.
Okay. So, I guess that's the other thing too, is like you can listen to the narrator, you can listen to the hero, you can listen to her, or you can listen to the other voice in your head that joins you in the second chapter. We don't need a plan, I'm just gonna kill her. I'm gonna talk to her. This is such a stupid idea. Let's do it.
Did you hear my warning a minute ago?
Now.
She can't. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
Why not?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Save. Go right. I love going right.
You turn
Right's
to
great.
the right, a faintly outlined path.
There you
Oh,
are.
hi.
I told you I was going to find
I
you.
hate that.
As the princess approaches,
Oh, it's a
your
mask.
legs suddenly go numb.
My guess is that she's flickering. Yep.
Your arms quickly. This is it.
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Ah, she isn't supposed to be like this. I don't think he has full control here. He's not like the author.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Creepy. The nightmare. Finish the demo with the nightmare. Here. Go left. Let's see if that does anything.
A faintly out.
There you are.
As the princess approaches, your
My
legs,
legs suddenly go numb. Go history. Alright, it's the same shit. Here. Yep. Do nothing.
Decide it's best.
There you are.
Okay.
I told
History. Load. Back. Yes. Go back the way you came.
You faintly outlined.
There you are.
Alright. Load. We're gonna go up here. Actually, we're gonna go here first. And we're just gonna step off into the void.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I was curious. I don't know, falling into an infinite void seemed better than going downstairs and dying. I'm just scared.
How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between...
Okay, it's the same shit. Look. And we're gonna go up here. Let us enter the basement without the blade.
I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
It's alright. Calm down.
More eyes, too. The air seep... Oh,
I didn't think.
okay, we need...
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you... She could be... Are you... No, I'm not. Excuse... We're going to... Please stop saying that.
I wouldn't give.
Yeah.
You turn to faintly...
There you.
As the princess approaches, your arms... This is it.
No little knife this
There we go.
time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
That's probably the same thing. Okay, so now we're gonna load. Right, this was I'm getting you out of here. This was I'm gonna keep you locked away. That's what changed things. This was the paranoid one. This was the skeptic. We're just gonna slay her.
Doubt, a moment of
Oh, shit.
distraction and hesitation is all...
Sorry. Sorry, I forgot. Slayer.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Damn.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Ow.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Can we? Go to 4, I guess. No. Give up.
Are you serious? You lacked the will to finish the job. You're bruised. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes black,
And you die.
and you die.
The tower. Ooh, okay, so
You're
this is
on
new.
the path in the woods, and you're here to slay.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
You can't tell me what I don't have.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows?
Broken.
There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just
It
happened.
hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Alright. We all know what turn around and leave is.
A warning. She will We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Proceed.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh. So now that you're in the broken pathway, like you feel broken, you feel small, so the world kind of reflects that around you. And she's going to reflect it too. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Sure.
There's definitely There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse. For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
See, in this particular chapter, he's kind of encouraging us, more so.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
Wow. I care about whether I'm being lied to. There's a mirror.
As do I. And yeah, there is. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do?
I don't know,
Would you
dude.
waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done? This really isn't fun. You reach for... We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Jesus, dude. You are truly broken. Alright, we're gonna save here. Because we're gonna take the blade or not take the blade. Take the blade.
You take...
Yes, into the basement. Wow.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral
Cool.
staircase. It steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below.
You really are tiny.
For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I wonder if you feel so broken because she literally broke you this time. And you feel small because she was on, like, crushing your windpipe from above. You were, like, looking at her from above, you
Her
know?
booming voice rolls up the stairs.
It's booming this time.
Is that a guest I hear?
Whoa.
Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh, witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
You are super broken, my dude.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude?
I am.
Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions.
That's true.
Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral
and you are making the
staircase is a
decisions.
time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next.
Wow.
But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast
Temple-like room beyond.
The
Whoa.
princess towers over you,
Yeah, she's
almost
huge.
glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
I like the, like, the chanting chorus in the back. Okay, still with the broken thing here.
That isn't what she looked like last time. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
She calls me little bird. I am a bird person.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Oh. Save. Return. Touching
As
your
if
word.
on command, the
Oh.
blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor,
I think it was a command. She's kind of like godlike now.
but we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Okay, so he reports facts as facts.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like
Jesus,
to be
dude.
in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Yeah!
Kneel.
Oh my god. I'm gonna keep resisting.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your
Whoa.
legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
The tower. Creepy. Oh man. There's a demo at the tower. I think it's gonna be the same thing if I just drop it. It just will be like, we dropped it. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. But we are gonna do this without taking the
No
blade.
blade this time. Yeah. Blade. No blade.
Doesn't matter,
The
but...
door to the basement creak. This is still a stone. Her booming voice.
Is that a...
You weren't. You shouldn't have come down. We need to get down there. Should we be worried? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is the princess towers over you. The chain is nothing to her.
The little bird has returned? I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
You are a simp, bro.
Kneel.
Kneel.
On her command.
That's my good little bird.
Bonk. Okay. I should have just loaded it. Damn it. Damn it! To be continued. Okay. Beep. Okay. Okay, cool. Back here. Chapter 1. We can still turn this around. We gave up last time. That's how we got the broken. We're going to finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Whoa.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation.
Yeah, he says that a lot.
Honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black,
Princess souls.
and you die.
Die at least 6 times. Yeah. Chapter 2, The Adversary.
You're on a path in the wood.
Let's save in 4 as well for The Adversary.
You're here to slay.
Okay. No. She's gonna kill me again. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
You know, that's a good point. We did slay the princess, which is supposed to stop the end of the world. And we also, maybe it's because we died as well, that now we are being reincarnated back into the story, because that's not how it's quote-unquote supposed to end.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Alright, so we're stubborn today.
That's the spirit. There's no
Ow.
point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Alright, proceed.
A warning. She will lie. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Okay, so he's like reliving the fight moments, because she was very strong,
Are
right?
you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
Sure thing.
The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear? Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Proceed. Let's see what it looks like today.
The
Oh.
cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I wonder if that's because, like, trying to force you to the destination, like, you feel brave because you killed her last time?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. Mirror. We're not gonna do the mirror. We're gonna take the blade and go.
You take the blade from the...
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase.
Next time I'll do the mirror
its
thing.
walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend.
Hate that.
The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it.
Ooh, I like the
If the
the
princess
cello
lives here,
sounds.
slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her
Terrifying.
fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Fierce today.
Is that another challenger?
Ooh.
Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
It seems it changes her as well, obviously, but she does remember you.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
¿Por qué no las dos?
As you descend
Ooh.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
So her crown is now just horns coming out of her head.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
The adversary. Take the blade. Approach the mirror with the blade.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You reach for
Doesn't really
there
do
was a
anything.
And now it's gone. So all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Alright, yes. Load back. Again. And then we're actually just gonna
A
interface
knife
it.
this time. Right then, fisticuffs it is. Probably more fair to her anyway. Wouldn't want to feel like we cheated our way to a win.
This guy's just a fighter,
As
man.
long as you can still get the job done. And don't forget that the blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind. The door to the base. Her fear.
Is that...
This isn't what she... Good. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your... As you descend the final... Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find... But no little knife this time, huh? No. I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch.
Okay. Alright. Cool. So it seems like whether or not you bring the knife is gonna just change one of her things. Or one of her, like, little lines. So I don't think I need to keep doing that. But we're going back to chapter 1. We're gonna flee and lock her in the basement and see if there's a difference.
It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup upstairs. If we're lucky, maybe she'll just bleed out. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs, the princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you, but pulling taut much too soon for her to catch up.
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak and strain as she
You could've-
pulls against them until finally...
Woman.
She's free. Hurry. You push your broken body as she closes in, and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you.
Huh?
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
I noticed the narrator's not objecting to this one.
It isn't long before you start to drift off.
I know you're still there. It's not like this.
She sounds... as she violently...
When I get out of here,
Yep.
doesn't sound... No.
Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. You're not a princess. Go ahead and waste your energy. I'll be waiting for you.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead.
Brittle.
Rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you. And that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
Pain.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as you jolt
Alright.
away. Where is she?
Oh no.
Thanks for helping me get
Okay,
out
so
of
it's the
that.
same.
Whose side are you? Yours, of course.
So help.
She steps closer.
Aren't
Let's.
you
Your
Yeah,
lungs
yeah. She's not.
drawing in breath,
Ooh, weird.
and your heart.
She's not flickering anymore.
Say
That's
better
good.
luck next time.
It can't be. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
And you die. Okay. Okay, so it's just the nightmare again. So we're not gonna do it.
You're on a path.
History. Load. Okay. So go back to 1. We're going back to the first chapter. We took the blade the first time because I don't think we need to do anything else, right? We've seen quite a bit of things here. Yeah, all right. We took the blade last time. Oh, this is the one where you're like, hi, or I've come to slay you, or whatever. I don't think any of that really
The
matters. that
interior of the
much.
The blade is your implement.
Let's... Actually, no, go back. I'm sorry. Let's see, just in case I'm just in case it does mean something.
Door to the base. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool.
Alright. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that I have a knife in my hand? Don't lie. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No, I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Should we just kill her? Like, straight up? Yeah.
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing.
Yeah, I don't think so either,
She's
dude.
unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade, slay the princess. I mean, we kind of already know the answers here, so I don't really need to go do that, but we'll just slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's
She looks sad,
hesitation.
or upset, or surprised.
You feel
surprised.
flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words.
They're just staring at you.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
Believes is in italics here. I wonder if she's got to have some sort of manipulation on the story for sure. The narrator certainly does. She has to as well. She can remember you. So it's also possible that she is an outsider like you are. Not actually a part of the storybook. You know what I mean?
But it's over,
I don't know.
isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Yeah, she's kind of arrogant looking as
But is
she
it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not. That was too easy. Let us save and make this number 5. Of course it is.
Yes.
She's dead.
Exactly.
It's over.
It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of space.
Yeah, see, okay. Didn't you say if we don't kill the princess, the world ends entirely? Isn't this an end?
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
What?
This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
So I do everything you tell me to do and then I just get the shit into the stick. This is bullshit, let me out of here. Oh, okay. Kinda hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. Yep. Yeah.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
I almost feel like this was a storybook, right? And the story continues when you like help save the princess, or when you do certain things to get a chapter 2, because we're still in chapter 1 here. We didn't get a chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? And so now that we've slayed her, we ended a possibility for a chapter 2. It's gone. Like, she has to be present for a chapter 2 to exist. She doesn't exist. There's no chapter 2. I guess chapter 1 gets to live in infinite eternity.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
This kind of shit hurts my head
Time
sometimes.
passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Sure.
Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Safe. Let's go. Didn't you hear the narrator?
Are we really happy?
We're happy. No, we're happy. I'm
Really?
sure of it.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
I like how he doesn't push you, though.
More happy time
Happy time.
passes,
We just sit here doing
though
nothing forever.
The word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is. Not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
Sure.
Please shake yourself out. The little voices, please. For eventually you pass into a blissful
Blissful
state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yeah, good ending. You did it. You saved everyone. Yes. Yeah, guys, I did it. No need to continue playing this game. We're done. We don't even have to play beyond the demo. We beat the game, obviously. Okay. Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Okay.
The blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out.
I mean,
Do
honestly...
you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
It now sounds like the voice of the hero knows that if you die, you get reset back to the beginning, which is interesting.
Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of here. You're right. I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer. We know where that goes. Let's do this.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
I guess I should put a trigger warning for
In a sense, we die.
on the
but
lighting.
looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore?
Yeah.
This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
See, I think that little voice is onto something. Didn't want us to slay the princess. It wanted us to save the princess. And when you try to save the princess, I think the story continues a little better. You know what I mean? There's also another route we haven't played yet. We'll go back and see if there's a way to save her by not just taking the knife. And it seems to know at least something that, or at least has like a little inkling in its head that by unaliving ourselves, we will start all over. You'd better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die. I'm not raising death over your weird hunch. See, he's got a hunch. Anything to get out of this hell. You're right. I didn't like that idea.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for
It's not happy!
Is this not a good enough reward for saving
Wait
the
a
world?
minute.
An eternity of bliss? You ingrate.
Made? You made this? Huh. So you took us out of the world, or did you make this cabin? I'm confused.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Yeah.
The end. Nice knowing you.
The Spectre. This is new. See, now we're in chapter 2. We both...
You're on a path in the woods.
I have to die for
And
chapter
at
2
the
to
end of
begin.
that path is a cabin. You're here to...
Alright, save. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm on to your turn. Wait, I don't have it already. Okay, no. Yeah, I'd say okay. Wait, but I killed myself. What am I doing here? I'm gonna say okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then that's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
That one sounded like the broken guy. Proceed.
A warning. She will lie. She won't be a problem.
Whew. Alright. The cold.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Right. This is, I think, the first... Not the first playthrough that we've killed her. But this is the first one where we killed her and we went to, like, Eternity Land and then returned. For, like, eons, right? But we believe we killed her. In the last one where we killed her and we died, it was, like, more of the fight, I think, that remained in our heads before we died. Take the blade.
You take the blade.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step,
Yep, she's dead.
the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
He sounds surprised. See, I think the narrator knows about chapter 1, but doesn't seem to understand chapter 2.
Okay. She's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
She looks happy.
And finally,
she's waving.
The rest of the body floats up to join the head.
She's like, ah.
Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went. Like how you murdered me.
I love it. The Spectre. Very creepy. Very creepy. Or she's dead. This one I'm going to say, of course not.
It's over. We should make sure. I really don't and why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to skip. Hero said we should check a pulse. Narrator's like, are we sure we should be doing that?
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy.
The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Remove the blade. Check for a pulse. You're right. She's dead. Okay, there's more to this. Zen means the eye. Let's check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck,
You could just
holding
check her
your breath
wrist,
as you
bro.
search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Oh,
Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
alright. He sounds very disturbed.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh, she's creepy.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy.
Why are you so creepy?
Let's get out of here. It's too late for that now.
Manifesting a
You
gun for
collapse
my
to the
enemy to
ground
kill
as
me
the
with.
mortally wounded princess
I can't believe you gave her
twists
a knife.
blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Oh.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Guess so.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you, for whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor. Ew. So many different endings.
You're on a path.
Save. Actually, return. We're good.
You're here to...
Da-da-da-da-da. Yep.
I can assure you he doesn't remember what happened. Are we sure we don't want to turn around and hightail it out of here? I really don't want to be stabbed to death again. Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed. But that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
You were made for this job. Maybe I'm not an outsider. Okay, proceed.
She will lie. No, we can't go in there. Do either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die again, and I bet it's going to hurt. It's good to be careful, but you're really not helping with all that talk about death and dying. Agreed. Just ignore that clown and stay focused.
He's not a clown, dude. He's got PTSD, poor kid. Because he literally
interior
died.
of the cabin
Holy
is a jagged mess of
mother.
warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass.
Oh, yeah.
The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I love when the blade's pointing towards us.
The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
Okay. Holding it feels a little better. Maybe we can make it through this.
That's the spirit. I'm just ignoring the mirror.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right! Scraping! I told you she has something. I told you! That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
I can't not be in my head, my dude. You're in my head, the hero's in my head, the flinching now is in my head.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
Grating
I
today.
hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There's something wrong with that voice. I can hear her bloodlust.
She just sounds pissed
As you
off.
descend the
Whoa.
final step, The form
What?
of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the
That
room.
looks like it just goes on forever.
I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
We're not falling for it. She's tricking us. Can't you hear that threatening edge to her voice? She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Then it'll all happen again.
Yeah, her hands are behind her
If
back
she
too.
sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Ah, the razor. Creepy. Alright. Check for pulse. Remove the blade. You're right, she's dead. Let's just get out of here. Let's remove the blade.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You
Creepy,
collapse to
man.
the ground as the mortally wound. As you fall, she...
And I see you around.
You was... whatever that's worth.
Is it also the razor?
Everything goes dark, and you duck.
Yeah, it's the razor. Okay.
Yes, exactly. With your work done, why do I feel like you did for that day?
Alright, and is it the
You
same?
open the cabin.
Yeah,
What?
okay. Alright. Now, we're gonna load all the way back to here.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your imp.
Okay. It's bare because you haven't done anything yet. So it's nothing. Just enter the basement without the blade. No mirror either.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing it. Her voice softly carries up the
Okay.
stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
That's a... Okay. Note. Softly carries up the stairs instead of being very confident. We didn't take the blade this time. The music is still playing.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Alright, simp.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Sure. Hi, I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. I would just... I wonder if we should say any of those things. Let's just go down. Or just hi. Let's say hi.
Be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Alright, I will come downstairs, but I gotta pee. Be right back. And I need to feed the babies and get a snack. Alright. Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She looks much pretty.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Sorry, not much prettier, but I guess I mean, like, she looks more innocent.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay for this. There's a lot riding on you here.
He's like, please stop simping for her.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Alright, save. I'm just gonna straight go for fucking saving her life. We're going that route.
You're only making this more difficult.
Sure. She looks so cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Okay, this time we don't have the knife, so...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make someone else here. You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs
This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
So we got locked in here, but we don't even have a blade, so how can we even kill her?
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
The music stopped.
She
Oh,
barely
God.
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes
It's a
from
very
behind
small
her,
nose.
the clang of bouncing metal.
From behind me.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
That's kind of fucked.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save her!
Fine. Against your better judgment, you
She got
place
blood on her
the
mouth
blade
now.
against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. Cut into her flesh.
So, like, in some instances, she has to chew her arm out. In other instances, she can just break the chain.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to
Ew.
the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles
She's
softly
so
as
cute.
her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
It's because she's not bothered.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here, indeed. I still have the knife. Can I just drop it?
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the princess approaches the bottom.
I'm gonna save here.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist!
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Now you have to save me.
Both know this isn't you.
It isn't. Help
She
me.
nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
She does not want to do this.
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Aww.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
It's very interesting because the other princess, the more cold one, when you take the blade with you, just slices your throat like super easily. This one cannot.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
Versus the surgical
Stab wound is
ease.
still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry!
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Oh, that's rich coming
She's
from you.
crying.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're
New
here to
chapter.
slay.
But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that if he doesn't remember what happened.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Mm-hmm.
Our beloved.
Yes, our
Yes,
love.
You'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
So all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love.
That's right.
And the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
The four of us. Oh, the princess. The princess, the smitten, the hero, and us.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I like it.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted.
That's right.
Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
That's right. Because beauty is everything. That was super
I
sarcastic, I
think
promise.
we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
In this case, I would say,
do,
like,
But I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
his passion.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
I like the hero. He does seem to be the rational one, you know?
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant.
Oh.
Its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries.
Beautiful.
A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table
It's
with a
pretty.
pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
I don't want to take the blade, but I do want to approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it... You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how... There was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Jesus, dude, calm down. Can't have a feather out of place. So we are like some sort of bird creature. For sure. That's just further confirmation. We already knew this. Into the basement. We're not taking the blade because we love her. Damn it. And it ends before you can really choose to do anything anyway.
Open, revealing an intricate stairwell.
Oh, it's fancy.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
This time you can't say that, that might as well just slay her because this place is awful.
But it's still a stone basement.
If the princess lives here,
Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stair.
Hello? Is someone there?
Soft once
Her
again.
voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Huge eye roll, dude. Calm down.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess.
Yeah.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Thank you, hero. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Well, that and you can't fall in love with someone that quick. It's just, that's not love, that's infatuation. Just so you know. It's impossible.
You walk down the stairs
She's-
and lock
she's a-
eyes
she's
with
a
the
chibi.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
Oh, no.
binding her to the far wall.
My love!
Oh, no.
We're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Foul indeed! I wonder if, she can hear all the voices?
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
I was so worried about you. You remember me, right?
Of course I remember you, and she was worried after killing me. Enemy, the damsel. Her head's much bigger than before.
If you do that
Alright, so we tried to save her last time. Let's slay her this time.
without hesitation, bring
Whoa.
the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Fine.
That's her shoulder, but okay.
The wound drives
Oh, it is her
to
back.
the ground.
You're right.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
The hero is just a supportive fella, you know?
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away
Whoa.
from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think
do.
she's bluffing.
I don't either.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
You thought we had the upper hand when she's chewing her own arm off?
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. When your
Slayer!
nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her
Excuse
off
me,
of
oh
you
my.
and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Give up, finish the job, or run for the stairs. I don't know if this is the same as before, so we're just gonna finish the job.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Aww. She's all upset.
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and that terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time left to worry about such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
Dun dun dun. Okay. The witch.
You're on a path you're here to slay.
We're just gonna proceed to the cabin. Oh wait, no, actually,
I can assure he doesn't remember what happened
Because-
brilliant.
oh.
We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Sure. Opportunist.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of
Ooh.
the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a
Cool.
chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room.
Yeah,
The
right?
floor is
I like
damp
that.
and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
The blade is always pristine. It always looks exactly the same. You know what I mean?
You take the blade
Almost
from
like
the
it's
shelf.
not supposed to be here.
It would be well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Didn't give me an opportunity to do that, but I agree.
The door to the basement
Cool.
creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Skitters.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty. I'm sorry. That's funny. What?
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path.
You can
I
hear
know
that
who
far?
You are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough.
Psh.
Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
I don't know, man. The world seemed to be ended after I killed her, so...
I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
Oh.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. A fire crackles in the center of the room, casting unsettling shadows across the dirt walls. The princess crouches on the other side.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
The witch. She does look pretty cool. Let's do this. Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name? I don't know anything about you, for all I know you're locked up here for a reason. If I'm the first one I've seen in a while. What have you been eating or drinking? That's a good one. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently a threat to the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? Just can't trust you. This doesn't add up. Retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs without saying another word. I'm getting you out of here. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Before it was, you can call me your majesty.
You can address me as your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
Or she wasn't given a
Go
name.
back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Just because she doesn't have a name?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
Wow.
That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Alright. Anything about you, girl? Now you're locked up down here for a reason. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently a threat to the world. But I don't think you're actually dangerous. I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. But I don't think... Oh, this is interesting. She looks like... What? Me? Innocent little me?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
It's the same response as the cold princess, but with a different tone of voice. And she said, I think, both times. I don't know if she even knows what the world is. I think she's just been locked down here the whole time.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
I'll see what I can do.
You walk, they're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the...
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful.
I think we're going on the same... Any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about you. Attempted to make your way. Someone else... You make your way easier for everyone. Look at the...
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could...
She barely hesitates as she rips her flesh from her. It's the blade. Or you won't like...
I'm going to do Save the Princess.
Fine. I
Right?
bet you cut. The blade is sharp. Her lip... She didn't know. She smiled. How is she...
Thank you. Approach the locked door.
No. We won't have us the... Wait. Watch me.
Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come...
Your body lunges forward. Stop it.
And then slay.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you
Not
right
so
now,
far.
is there?
A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you.
All
You
right,
have it's not enough to stop. You collapse to the floor.
There we go.
Your body unresponsive
Whoa.
as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Huh. Goes back to the witch?
Your Honor?
Spoilers, I know there's another one where it's, instead of the witch, it's like the beast. I'm trying to find that one. I apologize. Let's do this.
Would everything feel right?
Just how long has she been down here?
So, I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to...
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do
Same
either.
words.
She has a point.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about...
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation.
You have all the explanation you...
I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. Maybe then everyone would be happy? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little while. So I just can't trust you. I believe they've been keeping you down here like this. Oh.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is... So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that
You have to make a...
It changed. Should we retrieve the blade? Retrieve the blade.
Thank you. You turned...
Where are you going? Fine. Turn your back on me.
Slip these chains. She has to be bluffing, but you rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Why don't you come closer?
This
Yeah.
is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wound? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm.
I think this will just lead to the, like, the ending we did
Your eyes
before.
dart to the corner. Where is she?
Investigate the... goddamn. So many choices. Investigate it.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate again. You turn to chase after the princess. She's fast, and she slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of... No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
With those parting words, the princess walks away. her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot.
Oops.
Your story can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world
But you have a
ends,
knife. You could try and, like,
and you end with it.
you know, jimmy your way out of it. And then the witch again. A lot of ones
You're on
lead
a
to the
path
witch.
in-
That was a totally different thing, though.
I can wait.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor,
Oh my
followed
God.
by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor. The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. This is the end. I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. There we go.
Your honor, you're here to...
Da, da, da.
Again, if he doesn't remember what happened,
The hunted.
then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything.
Bullshit.
So the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Tries to do everything else. Gets forced to do the thing. Tries to save the princess. Gets forced to kill her. Telling you, man. Proceed to the frickin' cabin. We ain't got a choice. Let's go.
A warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Alright, you sound like an animal. You do too,
It's a
hunted.
very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has
That's like-
lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. We'll just take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay. Enter the basement. I wonder if you look
The
different
door to the basement creaks
in the
open,
mirror.
revealing
after
what's
the demo.
left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
I imagine, and this is just me spitballing here, but I wonder if the mirror will be like usable after the demo, like when the full game releases.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last
Whoa.
step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit.
I saw that.
The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
She's on the left side for sure, and the chain's going that way.
A chain rattles in the underbrush, and as its links drag across the floor, you see pieces of her move in and out of the shadows. Remember, She's just a princess.
Oh yeah, just a princess.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. She emerges,
She's so
her
creepy.
shining eyes and glistening claws visible in the gloom, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
The beast. Ba-bonk.
The interior of the blade.
Take the blade.
Take the
Go, go, go.
doorpost.
Oh, wow.
Don't let it.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitor.
You walk down. She's so focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really
Oh,
is a
excuse me.
monster.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten.
You poor thing. Your hands are
You step forward. Your grip on the blade tightens.
Sorry, I shouldn't be
stealing
skipping it.
resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? She's unarmed.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry. Can we just talk?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Drawer.
Hesitating? Why don't...
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine, I guess we're at an impasse. Or squint at the princess while holding onto the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you? You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying, right? You're going to have to make a choice.
Alright, so that was that. Load, we're gonna go back to the beginning.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path, you're here.
I think... Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Fine. Good. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's straight.
Okay, so we did this in chapter 2, we just haven't done it in
Really
chapter
keen.
1 yet.
Your silence is deafening.
I'm just never talking to him.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the... There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now, and here we go. At first, it's... But as you focus in every... Wait. What's going... You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
The stranger. There we go.
You're on a path
Wow.
in the woods. And at the end of that, you're here to sleep.
You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. Those walls weren't here last
What are
time.
you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it.
No, it
There
doesn't.
weren't any walls in the woods. Someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then... I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by
Wow.
ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last time? Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We just met, you know.
We just met, you and I.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
I don't know. I think he might have walled off if by ruining
The world has...
Okay. Yep, okay. Heading into the
You
cabin
know I
now.
can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. A warning. Before she will lie, she will cheat.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her.
Ignore him. Let's...
Okay, proceed with the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is odd. The air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Perched on that table is a pristine... The blade is...
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
We are saving.
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Big eye roll, my dude. Let's just enter the basement. We didn't even meet her last time, so let's just enter the basement without it. Who cares? Though this is the scary music.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase built from an unidentifiable and featureless material. The steps barely seem to fit together, and upon closer inspection, they barely seem to go anywhere at all, let alone down. The air here has an almost artificial quality to it, the scent of plastic from the cabin mingling with a cocktail of chemical odours.
Gross.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multitonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she?
Yeah, I guess she would be the stranger because we didn't meet her last time.
Well, she's not a princess, that's for sure.
She is a princess. Don't let your imagination run wild.
It's not imagination, dude. It's happening. What the hell are you?
We're a princess, but we can also be a friend.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward. As you enter the next room, the form of the princess comes into view, her wrist bound to the far wall in heavy shackles.
Creepy?
She locks eyes with
Very creepy.
one moving a little faster than the other, the loose skin of her face stretching into something resembling a smile. Holy shit.
If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we would have taken the knife.
Why are you just standing there? Are you scared of us?
The stranger. I've unlocked all achievements. Good luck, hero. Alright, well, thanks for joining me through this playthrough in the demo of Slay the Princess. I personally like the endings where you are actually trying to save her. I'm excited to see what comes from the full release of the game. I want to see like the rest of chapter 2. Is there going to be chapter 3, etc.? Yeah. Hopefully the end of this month or maybe next month when it comes out, I can play the game. Until then, hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.